we're basically almost done. I mean, the only other things... Oh, I still need more points. Basically... Okay, I guess I've done all the work for Arabia. Oh, 3 cycles. Okay. Sorry, it's been 2 days. I forgot. So yeah, all we got left here is Arabia's office. We gotta go handle some stuff there. Got about 2 days before that becomes a thing, and then we are gonna start doing the refugee mission at the Cordon. Whoa! The Gathering Storm. What's done is done. Now all you can do is wait and see what happens next. Oh, okay. So I just have to wait it out. Sweet. Let's do it. All right. Basic light work. Light work here. Let me stock up on materials to the best of my ability. I have no secret datas. Oh, right, with the club head caps, she gives me stuff. So 5 up in there. So 4 up in there. Fuck it, I throw a 3 up in there. Bam. There's a whole lot of... That's not even club caps. No, that's Matsutake's. Boo! I don't think she's gonna give me anything for this. Oh, I need 2. Okay, gotcha. You know what? I forgot there's this guy over here who I think can send off these. Yeah, he'll sell off those Matsutakes for me. I got 3 of those. Oh yeah, that's some good stuff. Alright, let's collect some Havenage data or some Yadigan. Caster. Is Caster still available? Is that still an option? Still unavailable. Boo. Okay, well let's get some of this get 1 set. There we go. I'm not gonna use it yet. I'm gonna use it right as these start to happen. So not this cycle, but next cycle I'll use them. Let's go over here, start getting some. Come on, baby. Yes, good. Grove spores. I'll do one of these. Nice. Okay. Fill these bad boys in. Germinate the spores. Alright, cool. We got some materials and stuff. Everything's looking good so far. Alright, let's give it another day. I almost want to self-repair. Nah, it's okay. Just end the fucking cycle. End the cycle of abuse. Alright. One more day for these. Let's go see what else we can get going today. Go back over this way. Guess I better go make some food over at the Bantayan. The Bantayan. Matsutakes, no, because I want to sell those off. Use the griot caps though. Oh, it was only 3? Okay, whatever. I guess I can go make some more money or something. I mean, fuck, I don't know. Well, I've just done everything at this point. I guess I can help Maritz with stuff around the bay. Well, money never hurt nobody. Son of a bitch. Alright, well, I got some money. I'm gonna use the 6, man, I don't know. There's just not much more to do here. There's no ships in the bay. There's no work to be done over here. Ooh, a 1. Boo. Boom, there we go. Use this one, the only place I know how. There we go. Already right here. Let me just go sleep it off in the low end. There, little kitty. Alright, inject stabilizer. Alright, we'll go make some food when we get up. And we'll take on the day, whatever the fuck is supposed to be going on here. Okay. Oh, I knew it! The eye. Oh, it hits you like a wave. A white edge breaker roaring inland with the force of an entire ocean. The impact is a screaming brightness, blanking out everything. Behind it is silence. You float in silence, suspended. No, you do not float. You are the silence. It has filled you up. It has emptied you out. You cease to exist. Time passes, though you do not feel it passing. Then something flickers in the silence, and then something moves. That something is you. You open your eyes to a metal ceiling of flickering lights. You feel the floor around you, patting it with shaking hands. You assemble an image of yourself lying on your back in a corridor. You shake off the silence and sit up. What was that? You glance around, looking for a sign of some change. Damage on the walls, shouts in the distance. Fire and fear. Nothing has changed. The silence sits around you like a fog. You try to think, furrowing your brow. How do you think again? It doesn't seem so easy anymore. You force the pathways to light up, the databanks to grant access. You feel like a fraction drive starting up after a long shutdown and cold vacuum. In the silence. In the silence. In the silence was negation. A dissociation so absolute that electrons shed their tethers and considered new paths and orbits. All things are possible, but none could be achieved. It was only a moment, but in that moment, time ceased to function. A memory image comes to you, one from moments before the wave hit. You squint as you imagine it, trying to cohere its blurry form. A broken skeletal ring. The eye. And then a vast arc approaching it. A razor-edged white curve. The wave. The wave approaches the eye. The eye spins, turning each part to face that vast white edge. You recognize their skeletal data cloud forms. The bright market. The low end. The greenway. The waste. Then, the wave hits just as the flotilla, the cordon, turns to face it. And after that, everything is silence. You open your eyes again. That is the epicenter. But of what? Oh, but of what? Oh, but of what? Alright, let's touch base with Arabia first. In the low end, the ramshackle residential district. As you enter Arabia's office, you hear voices. Is that Sabine? You push open the door. Ah, Sleeper. What good timing. Arabia calls out as you enter. I wanted to introduce you to someone. The man standing at the center of the room, speaking quietly with Arabia. He turns as you come in. Meet Yannick.
Sleeper?
He nods.
Been hearing good things from Rabi.
Rabi? Oh god, Rabbi? Maybe it's Rabia. I don't know, we're going with Rabia. He smiles an easy smile. Rabia cuts in. The Sleeper has been running patrols in the ward. They know how we run things. Yannick raises an eyebrow. His eyes concealed behind tinted glasses. You feel his stare, even if you cannot see it. Actually, Rabia placed a hand on your shoulder. The Sleeper was what I wanted to talk to you about. She doesn't spare you a look. What is going on? Well, okay then. Yannick tucks his hands into his pockets.
Go on.
I'd like to recommend them to your ward. A tiny pause. They have shown themselves to be a capable ally here on the spoke side, but we have more than enough to run our territories. Here the main block is proving more difficult. Yannick leans forward slowly.
It's a mess, Rabi.
He waits, his tinted glasses shimmering despite the lack of light in the unit.
I can use them,
he suddenly decides. Arabia smiles. Good to hear. I can immediately... Yannick cuts her off with a raised hand.
1 second.
He steps one surprisingly light step closer to you.
You eager to work, Sleeper?
Yes. Yannick nods his head as if listening to music.
Okay, then.
You suddenly are unsure if he's talking to you. That concludes it. Oh,
that concludes it,
Yannick pronounces.
Sleeper can come work in the ward anytime they like.
You shoot Rabia a confused look. Rabia finally glances at you for a moment, but it's so fast you almost miss it. Good. I know you'll be happy with their work, Yan. Yannick reaches out and squeezes her shoulder.
Sure, Raby,
he says.
Now please,
he says, turning to face you.
Let us old friends get back to it.
He guides Rabia away, leaving you standing alone. You look to Rabia, but she is deep in conversation. And so, stunned and confused, you leave. Oh, what? Oh, okay. So the lower main block? One block? Low end main block. Oh, sweet. Expose Yannick. Oh, nope. Oh, that's not too bad. Expose the fuck out this guy, dude. Okay, hold on, wait. We're just gonna get this done. Factories. Ah, there we go. Massive block at the center of the low end is made up of layers and layers of units. Patrolling this vertical city is a challenge. Oh, that's wild. It literally is like sideways. All right. Okay. Factories, restaurants, surgeries, schools. The layers of the block are rich with stories and problems to solve. You're starting to learn them all. Okay, let's see here. I think we're gonna smash this real quick. Yannick, you're fired. I'm sorry. Fuck, still got 3. Come on, baby! Yannick is a strange character, but he seems to understand the value of hard work. He gains trust with time. There we go. You almost laugh when you see it. The same small recorder stuck to a different wall this time. Written across the fluorescent tape is that familiar word. Sleeper. You grab it quickly. Rabia said sorry. Sabine's voice sparks up once again. She said she didn't have time to brief you before setting you up with the old man. I'm sure you've got the play by now. Earn his trust, work the block, then we need you to get into his office. A pause. It's risky, but obviously you're the only one of us that he doesn't already know. Either way, we need to locate the link to SNR. You hear a shout in the background of the recording. Rabia says be careful. Sabine continues. The data suggests there's some relay, processing the implant data and sending it to SNR, but we can't lock down its position. Either he is moving it, or it's moving itself, or it is rerouting through other relays. We can't understand it. Maybe you can find some details on it in his office. Once he trusts you, you should be able to get close enough to get in the office. You'll only get one shot. The recording creaks and whines. That's the final piece of the puzzle to end this. A pause. Good luck, Sleeper. I'm sorry too. Be safe. The recording clicks off, leaving you in silence. You pocket the recorder, just in case, and walk away. Looks like it's up to you. Okay, Yannick's office. Oh, we literally got to get into his office. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. No, I'm not using that there. You got me fucked up. Okay, let's go see what's down the street. Let's go on down the block. Should have gotten some food. Here, let me just stop in and barter food with these fine gentlemen. Not too bad, not too bad. Good, fine gentlemen. All right, man, this is it. This is that one. Okay, all right. I don't think I'll need this dice for this turnaround. Hopefully there's no time space on it. Oh, it's peak again. Okay. Even before you reach the cordon, the damage is obvious. The blinking red lights, the drones, the tugs, all are gone. Half the cordon's frame has also been shorn away, perhaps through the impact of some failing ship. People push past you in the corridor, both Havenish staff and contractors clearing the cordon. Ah, fuck that. Push forward. Fuck these niggas. You push through the flow of people, and despite a few suspicious looks, they offer no resistance. The further you pass into the corridor and the less people you see. You can see a few sections have been closed off, their bulkhead doors sealed and red warning lights punctuating the corridors, but otherwise, most areas seem functional. Suddenly you feel a hand fall on your shoulder. Havenish security? Should have known better than to wander into this place. You brace yourself as you turn. Sleeper! He embraces you as you turn. What are you doing here? Did you see the cordon go down? Did Eshi speak with you? He glances around and you can see they're panicked. I don't know what's happening, dude. That makes two of us. Eshi left without saying anything. He runs a hand through their hair. I was away from the ship, and when I got back, she'd taken it and gone. Then I saw the damage to the cordon. Pete looks at you with wild eyes. What if this is some Havenish attempt to clear the flotilla, to scuttle the refugee ships? It isn't. It couldn't be. What do you know, Sleeper? Something hit the station. I'm gonna be so direct with Peak. You're gonna think I'm like an insider or some shit. Peak looks incredulous. Hit? Sleeper, we'd all be dead if that was the case. They pause to think. Maybe not an object, but a shockwave? A signal? An EMP would have taken out most of the station, but... Peak runs a hand through their hair. I don't know what you're saying, Sleeper. That doesn't sound... They look away down the corridor for a moment. Look, I have to find Eshi. I'm sure you felt something, but we can talk about that later. They set off down the corridor. I can't sit around talking any longer. Find me on the flotilla. I'm going to find a way to Eshi no matter what. With that, they rush away into the depths of the cordon, leaving you behind. Seems like you'll need to follow if you want to get any answers. Oh, the cordon. Oh! We're going! You find a small shuttle scavenging supplies in the cordon to take back to the flotilla. They'll take you too if you bring some scrap along. Alright, you already know what I'm finna do. To the waist! Couldn't be that bad. Yes, sir! Free access! Free access in the streets! Alright, let's go over there. You hand over the scrap and squeeze into the crowded shuttle. Time to head to the flotilla. Oh, sick! Oh, wild! I thought this break was like way smaller. I really thought that it was going to be really teeny. That's a whole lot of ship. That's a whole lot of eye broken, dude. Okay, let's see what's going on here at the flotilla. Refugee fleet. So theirs was not the flotilla. This is the flotilla. All right, haul supplies or damage control. Flotilla's friend, condition versus energy. Okay, it's not bad. All right, yep, time to go take a nappy new nappy do. What base camp is that? Briar base camp. It's not even here, bruh. All right, real quick before we even we're gonna handle some business. Mr. Yannick, I know you are a cheat and a fraud, making Lem pay exorbitant prices up here in the freaking in the high low ends. Crazy stuff. Yannick has asked you to collect his medicine from his office. Now is the only chance to find that SNR relay. Come on, baby. You spot the countermeasures on the drawer moments before you touch it. This has to be it, but you can't rush it. You look at the countermeasures on the drawer. It looks like some kind of shock trap. If you'd grab the drawer, you'd likely have thousands of volts running through your system right now. You wince. Once you find the anchor points, it comes away easily enough. You pry it from the drawer quickly and quietly, then listen for footsteps in the corridor outside. Nothing. All clear for now. You slide the drawer open, looking for other countermeasures that might be inside, expecting to see a chunk of tech, the relay. But as you slip it open, all you see is a handful of wires and an empty implant cradle. Oh my god, it's an implant. It's in his head. It's in his head. Is this some kind of mistake? You freeze for a moment, unsure what to do next. Why keep an implant cradle so carefully guarded? You remember Yannick having an implant, a small plate on the side of his head, just above his ear. You assume it was for hearing or vision. The shimmering glasses of his come back to you in your memory, his strange movements, his speech. You look again at the cradle, and there it is, printed on the frame, proprietary technology, property of SNR. Ravia said the relay moved, that they couldn't get a fix on it. What if Yannick was the relay? The thought hit you like a shock. Yannick with a remote relay implanted in his head, networked to every single implanted enforcer in the low end. A shudder runs through you. Is he even in control? Or has SNR wormed its way into the man? Could he be considered separate from the corporation itself? You think of your own legal status as proprietary technology. A puppet would cut strings. Time to cut Yannick's strings then. You reach around inside the cradle and find it, a remote connection, a tiny bead of a transmitter, likely controlling the link to SNR. There it is. You pause for a moment, then you squeeze it, snap it from the frame, and it crumples, sparks, and dies. It takes a moment before the shouts come, before the scream. You are already on your way out, down the corridor, down through the units that serve as the lobby of Yannick's office. Then, out onto the walkway, where Yannick lies still. Enforcers gather around him bemused. I feel like I should leave and act like it wasn't me. Approach. You push through the crowd, and there he is, still crumpled. You arrange him a little, lie him down properly, feeling how thin his body is under his suit. You wonder how long he has been like this, a puppet for SNR. With the connection cut, nothing remains but his body, which means that Yannick the man was gone a long time before now. Lays a hand on his chest. You're sorry for him, but it is done now. And you did not kill this man. You've seen enough. The connection is cut, and whatever Yannick was, or had become, is gone. Your anger is a hard core in your chest, and all of it is focused on SNR. Oh, remote control, baby! Stop the signal! And I got no points for it, yay! Okay, speak to Ravia about what happened. Oh, she's gonna be pissed, dude. I feel like she's gonna try and kill me. The low end is wild with stories about Yannick's death. You're still waiting for Ravia to get in touch with you, but you trust that she will. Alright, we're done there. Nice job, Sleeper. Alright, let's get back over here to the flotilla. Oh, I can spin. Oh, okay, they made me think I couldn't spin while I go. Interesting. Alright, I mean, it's the same thing, so I'm just gonna do this here. Good stuff, good stuff. Okay, let's try this one. Alright. Oh! 1 second, y'all. Alright, I'm back in this bitch. Nice, one more. Oh? You see, you're getting the necessary supplies to each ship to meet their needs. A huge task. Join the hauling team. Simplest thing you can do to help. Shifting ships, systems, and social structures. The only way to navigate the flotilla is by rolling up your sleeves and helping out. Alright, let me go check out with Peak before they give me a place to stay or something. As you walk into the bay of the Climbing Briar, the familiarity of the space overcomes any trepidation. It feels good to be back, and the return feels earned, especially after all the work it took to figure out a route through the flotilla's jumble of ships that might lead you to this blue streak. You see SG and Peak immediately, sitting at the back of the bay, deep in conversation. Their closeness causes you to stop, suddenly aware that you might be interrupting something private. Peak is gesturing wildly as SG stares out into the middle distance, hunched over. As Peak tries to get her attention, she spots you. Sleeper. As she nods. Incredible work back there. She smiles. Sorry I couldn't wait for you and Peak, but the moment I saw the cordon go down, I had to get in there. Peak shakes their head, leaving before looking as usual. Peak smiles. But I'm glad we are all reunited. To be honest, Peak adds, I can't believe it. The Flux event knocked the entire cordon system offline. The flotilla is free, Inhabitants are backing off. Peak smiles at you. You must be our good luck charm. Flux event. That explains That's what the refugees are calling it, Peak explains. Apparently, that's what they called it when it started happening around Ember. So what exactly is happening? Hard to tell. Some kind of disruptive wave that only affects electrical systems, Peak chips in. Typically, systems are screened against radiation and interference, but this seems to be dulled, but not stopped by those defenses. Basically, the crisis continues. The cordon may be down, but this brings a whole other set of problems. Eshi paces away. You should tell them, Eshi. Peak glances at her. Please. Eshi doesn't respond. Tell you what? You stare at her back, waiting for a response. Please, Eshi. Haven't they shown you they can be trusted? Peak nods towards you. Eshi turns, her arms folded tightly across her chest. She goes to start and then stops. You can see the anger in her eyes, but you realize it is not directed at you or at anyone else. She's angry with herself. I brought weapons to the flotilla. She pauses, and now they're gone. Suddenly remember the sleek crates that were tucked into the bay, marked with yellow sigil, the ones Eshi told you were just supplies. What do you mean gone? What do you think? Someone lifted them from the ship's bay while I was unloading the supplies, she sniffs. At least they're in the hands of the flotilla now. Peak looks at you. She knows this was a bad move, Sleeper. I promise you. They glance back at her. She's just too proud to admit it. So what now? Peak looks at Eshi. She finds them, and she gets them back. Shouldn't we help? As she turns, it's okay, Sleeper. I don't want anyone getting mixed up in this. This is my responsibility. Plus, Peak adds, you and I have work to do. I want to understand the flux, Sleeper, to study it. Peak's eyes light up. This thing is changing the entire system, causing problems across the inner system, driving refugees off Ember's moons, and now it's here. If we don't do something about it, Peak pauses, it's a problem for all of us. I can see more immediate problems, as she sniffs. Peak ignores her. I've been looking at the networks, and when the Flux event hit, it changed things. It shuffled systems, corrupted nodes, and broke open data stores. They take out a slate and show you a flickering polygon. Some of these Flux nodes have appeared near the epicenter of the event, but I can't get access. You, however, I saw the way you worked with the data when we were preparing for the run. I think you can get into these things. I want you to find a Flux node and bring me anything you can extract. They come and go, but most can be found in the barely functioning networks of the wastes. He pauses. Start there. Perhaps together we can find something that might point us to what the Flux is and where it comes from. Okay. I smile. I knew you'd agree. As she looks indignant. Don't waste too much time chasing ghosts, Sleeper. There are people on this flotilla that need any help they can get. I'm sure Sleeper can do both, Eshi. Peak smiles at you. I'll see you here when you have something. Good hunting. And they wave you out as Eshi stomps away to make plans of her own. There we go. Study the flux. Yay. My cabbages aren't even done, dude. What the fuck? Go back over here in a minute. Oh, that's a good sweep. That's a good sweep there. Climbing briar. Oh, the node in the waist. Right. Okay, got you. Node in the waist. I see. Flotilla's friend. Ran some water out of a struggling farmer's ship on the flotilla's edge. They are so pleased they reward you with some freshly cooked produce. Hey. Nice. Soul, the pragmatic captain. Alright, let's take a look here. Mr. Soul.
Someone told me I should be thanking you.
Yep, that's where we're going.
Someone told me I should be thanking you.
The voice comes from behind you, cutting through the chaos of the crowded cavernous bay.
You freeze. Don't be afraid now. I've been hunting you, sure, but for all the best reasons.
You turn to see bright eyes, set in a rough base, framed in rusted metal. Oh, he looks awesome. He's even got a third arm to complement his third leg.
Soul.
He holds out his hand, the other clamped firmly around a knotted wooden cane. Shake his hand. He grips you firmly with a heavy and callous hand.
Forgive me. As soon as I saw you, I knew who you were.
Soul puts a hand on your shoulder.
I've been told a sleeper was part of that supply run that came in several cycles ago.
He nods.
A very welcome act, and we all thank you for it. Walk with me, sleeper.
Soul sets off through the bay, his partial suit hissing and creaking as it helps carry him through the busy crowds. He knows people making way for you and Soul, standing back and letting you pass. You pass a makeshift kitchen, steaming pots on heating elements, a restless queue collecting meals.
That algae that came through isn't exactly a full meal, but with what we have here, we've been able to make it work.
You see a ladle of a greenish stew dished out.
The color is something, isn't it?
Soul smiles. Soul leads you out of the larger bay into a corridor lined with a storage room that are now serving as dorms. You see someone filling a metal container from a standpipe, the water gushing out readily. Soul nods to the person as he passes.
Just a little further now.
Soul leads you into a freight elevator and whistles to some unseen operator to start it up. It jerks into life, and as you pass the layers of the ship, you see people on every level. Supplies crammed into every available space, and sparks leaping into bursts as the ship is reshaped and modified to sustain its population.
If Havenage were expecting an exodus from the flotilla, the Flux event has put a stop to that.
Soul stretches.
Some have crossed to the eye, but many just to gather salvage or score a hot meal. So the pressure on our supplies is shrinking, but not like I'd hoped. With the Flux reaching all the way out here, people are starting to understand that our journey might not be over.
Soul stares grimly ahead. Suddenly the freight elevator screeches to a halt, and Soul leads you slowly out into a wide room of chairs and terminals, ringed by a mezzanine and with a glass roof above showing the distant hub and the far curve of the eye beyond. The people at the terminals nod to him as he enters. This is your ship? Soul nods.
That's right. The Pilgrim Seed is mine to care for.
He leads you up a rail platform at the center of the room and stops.
She chose me, so to speak. Well, at least her crew did, and I did my best to serve them.
Soul looks around the bridge of the ship and a pained expression on his face.
I'll admit, the responsibility isn't one that suits me, though we rarely get to choose such things.
He glances back at you.
But you, Sleeper, from what I understand, you chose to try to help us here. Is that right?
I did my best to. Soul nods silently.
But I have to ask you, Sleeper, why are you here now?
Sol leans back and you feel his eyes on you. The Flux event, my man.
I appreciate the honesty. I had figured as much.
Sol flexes the shoulder that is free of the suit. Oh, yeah. That is a beat-up suit now that I'm actually looking at it. He's literally like wearing one arm, one leg, the chest piece, and a box around his head. This literally looks like the frame of a, what's the Fallout 4 armor? I can't remember what they call those suits. I can't. Power armor. It looks like power armor, but like he's just wearing like the frame and an arm and a leg with an extra dick. Like, fuck, where's I at?
Oh, looking at you now, I could see that an event like that, well, it should have had some big impact.
He smiles a half smile.
I have thousands of people here on the Pilgrim Sea, Sleeper, and there's thousands more out in the flotilla.
He leans against the railing.
A lot of them are looking to me to provide some future for them. Some path out of this dead end we've gotten into. And this very cycle, the thing we've been running away from, it just caught up with us. So these people are scared, Sleeper, and they are looking for me for reassurance. And then, on the same cycle, someone tells me they see you on board. A Sleeper. The same Sleeper they reckon that wanted to strongly send a ship. What? They wanted so strongly to send a ship past the cordon to see us.
Sol scratches at his beard.
So, the first thing I wanted to do was thank you for that, for your interest.
He pauses.
But the second thing I wanted to do was find out what you want from us.
Sol's suit hisses and creaks.
I think that's fair, don't you?
Sol takes a deep breath.
So what is it?
Man, let me help these people. Someone at the terminal calls out to Sol, and he shouts some orders back. He turns to you.
Apologies.
He smiles that half smile.
You really want to help? Well, I think I can make use of you.
He squints.
But you're going to see that things are a little more complicated than you might have thought. I may be the captain of the Pilgrim Seed, and she is certainly the biggest ship in this flotilla. But I'm not the only captain here. We have ships here from each of the moons. We're from Ember's Hearth, but there's others from Ember's Song, and even Ember's Step. The moons have been at each other's throats, Sleeper. What with the pressures of the Flux, the bad blood from the old days,
Sol leans in.
We aren't exactly all in alignment. What I need is a way to stop things escalating. For the crews on these ships and their captains to feel happy and comfortable enough to forget old rivalries and past crimes.
He flinches to something.
Those from the Ember's Step, well, they've always been proud, but the pride seems to be a barrier to compromise right now. The last set of supplies I sent their way, they refused. Meanwhile, I have a supply shuttle at the docking access the Ember Song ships gather at, but they have taken far too many cycles to unload. Maybe if you're heading that way, you can look in on them. I'm no politician, Sleeper, but if I don't...
Sol stops. He leans back and flexes, his suit screeching. He groans a little, and you see the weight of the flotilla sitting on his shoulders. Suit, the only thing keeping him vertical beneath all that pressure.
Look, you'll see yourself for yourself if you go. Meet the other Sleeper. See what they need. Keep them aligned.
He speaks through the pain, his voice clipped. I understand.
I hope.
Sol grits his teeth.
You are what you appear to be, Sleeper.
He smiles his half smile, despite the pain.
Because I'm not sure I can take any more bad news.
I'm guessing this is some sort of like support skeleton for him. Like he needs this more than like he's just using it because it's space.
Plus, there's plenty to be done here on the Pilgrim Sea too. If you have a moment to pitch in, there's never enough around here. That's something I've learned the hard way.
Sol settles onto his cane, the pain visibly receding.
All right, I have 1,000 things to do to attend now. Sleeper. So you'll have to find your own way out.
With that, Sol sits at his terminal with slow and careful movements. You head back down in the freighter elevator, and as you do, you see again the layers and layers of chaotic life this vessel and all the vessels of the flotilla hold. Son of a bitch! Oh, there's so much more. I really thought that this was going to be like smooth sailing type shit, you know what I'm saying? I thought we were going to be quick about it. I'm gonna grab one of these. Let me grab a little one. Just a little one, you know what I'm saying? have to gather scrap. It's stuff in the waste. I'm just gonna keep going. Light work. Okay. Now let's do a little self repair since I got this extra stuff anyway. Oh, what am I missing? Oh shit! I have to go talk to them. Fuck me. Flotilla ship. A ship in the refugee flotilla. It's a strange sight, given your time spent in the Greenway, to see a greenhouse choked in the red dust. It piles up along edges, gathers in curving waves, and is carried by some unseen wind to whirl in front of the glass ceiling. It is a desert in miniature, a captured landscape of iron-rich sediment and unseen life. Ah, beautiful, isn't it? The remark comes from another figure standing at the viewing window, so quietly that you hadn't noticed them. Did they just arrive? Or were they here before? The cloth-swathed form reveals itself. Looks dead. The figure laughs. Ah, it is far from dead. You catch a glimpse of a pale face among the thick material, dark eyes glittering in the red reflected light. Aki? Oh, guardian member Stepper. Is a woman? I can't tell if that's like a sling for an arm or if that's a set of breasts. Like I see one arm there. I think that is breasts. That is that's a face mask. I still think there might be breasts under there. They turn to you to smile as the dust swirls. Aki, they smile a tight smile. You are not from the flotilla, am I right? I'm not from anywhere. Everyone is from somewhere, whether they wish to be or not. The red dust glitters in her eyes, whether it is a good place to be from or not. Aki gathers her cloak around her shoulders against the cold. What brings you to the wind's long shadow? Soul sent me. Aki doesn't respond. She looks absent-mindedly at the dust. You are a strange one. Aki raises an eyebrow. I don't know whether to report you or send you back to where you came from. She smiles to herself, which is nowhere at all. You glance around the empty corridor, suddenly aware of how quiet it is on the ship. Unlike the other ships you have been on the flotilla, there is a silent order to the wind's long shadow. And in this moment it feels unsettling. Where is everyone? Aki waves a hand. Asleep mostly. It is night on Step, and so it is night here. She rubs her shoulders, at least for those of us who can sleep. I understand Step. I mean, they're talking about Amber's Step. I get it. Stay silent. Aki lets the silence sit, and you hear the wind and dust scratching at the viewing window. You hear a creak as a set of shutters slowly begin to close around the glass ceiling of the greenhouse. As you watch, you feel the dissonance this place has with that word. There's nothing green here. A dust house, perhaps. It takes many systems to preserve this landscape, Aki begins. To stimulate the wind, cycle the dust, layer the sand and dirt beneath. You watch the dust swirling. Systems that are failing. The flux event. Aki glances at you for a sign of recognition at this term. Is eroding our ability to keep this place alive. To keep these traces of Step alive, she smiles to herself. Which is ironic, because when we left Step, the flux had eroded our ability to survive on the moon. Now the situation is reversed. Away from the moon, its ecosystems are as fragile as we were living upon it. Only catches your eye as the shutters darken the dust house. The winds, picking away at the dunes, begin to reveal something. A web, a network of thick branching forms, and then they close completely, and you see nothing in the dark. Soft blue eyes flicker on in the corridor, uplighting Aki in cold cyan. You have piqued my curiosity, but I'm so tired. Aki shivers. If you do not have a purpose here on this ship, I recommend finding one. Otherwise, I'm afraid you'll need to leave. Make yourself useful, and perhaps we will get another chance to talk. She turns. I would like that. With that, Aki pads away along the corridor. You stand for a moment in front of the dark dust house, trying to imagine the network of roots under the sand and dust, and then trying to imagine the moon that once housed them. Well, that was light work. Cool. I'm sure everybody just needs a little bit of help around. Yeah. Sole shipment of supplies is partially unloaded. The crew absent. If you want the help, the best way would be to finish the job. Okay. So they're just being lazy over here. Say boat houses? Dust houses, right. System repair. Crew won't let you into the dust house, but there are plenty of supporting systems that could do with some love and care. Okay, gotcha. And I'm sure, did I already do everything on here? I think I've done, yeah, I've done everything for them, I believe, right? Please? God, no, why? Give me 1 second, guys. Back in this bitch. Pilgrim seed supply. Oh, Matsutake caps. Okay, I can do that. Yeah, y'all can have that. Oh, no. Oh, I see. So helping out each one is going to do something different. Okay. No, my Matsutakes. I forgot I could make more stuff with that. No. Unload supplies. Okay, yeah. So time to go take a nap. I didn't realize it's this that I'm needing to do. So it's oh god, it's a 6. Jesus Christ. Let's go check on Arabia because I think it was only like 3 days for her, and I think it's been like 2. What? It's only been 1? Oh, dude, I am taking my sweet time, I guess. Whatever. All right, let's get some housing here. Get some of that good sleep. Should be good there. Oh, my mushrooms should be done. I forgot about those, so I might be able to just make some more. Oh wait, you know what? She needs club heads. Club head caps. Wastes. I want to help the flotilla more than anything, to be real. If there's anything I'm wanting to do right now, it's help the flotilla. Whether they actually got our supplies through the corridor or not, Pilgrim Seed and the Hearth refugees on it desperately need help. Okay, let's see here. Let's go over this way. I want to make sure I don't like use them in the wrong ways here. There we go. Make yourself useful. Boom, useful as shit, dude. It's still gonna give me stuff for it, so let's do it. The more you offload supplies into the dock fire bay, the more attention your efforts seem to be gaining. So then, I mean, it seems like it's going to be a bad thing, but at the same time, it seems like I need to get this done for them. So, I mean, fuck off, I guess. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna stop just because, you know, some pussy says he wants me to stop, bro. Like, what? Awesome. Get a little bit more there. Fuck it, bro. Let's go ahead. Let's do it. Because I'm sure that that's probably part of the strat, like, for the story is like, hey, you have to kind of, like, have that happen. All right, let me do a couple self-repairs. Let me just do all 3. I'll say fuck it. See if we can make this work in our favor, too. Oh! Leave that one for right now. Easy stuff. Easy stuff. Still need some more time for Arabia. Let's see what else needs to be doing over here. Uh. All right. I think theirs is a +1 too, isn't it? Okay. Regular outcome's probably a 1, so. Alright, we'll see if this works. Let's give it a shot. Oh, just 1. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna give them a. Hold on, let me go back over here because I think this is a +1, right? No, it's +2 as well. Okay, well, I'm gonna do it here because obviously they're mad at me for trying to be helpful over here on the Ember Song. What's this hub called? Docking. Oh, docking access. Boo! Better get used to it, hoes. Should be okay when it comes to condition for right now. Just eat in the morning. Go. Good. Good, good, good. And then this only needs 1. Just put that there. Soul finds you deep in the layers of the Pilgrim Seed. Oh, we're only an hour in. Hell yeah. Working on a patch for a life support vent. You hear him coming, his suit hissing as he does.
I had to ask around to find you.
He smiles.
Seems you know the place better than me these days.
Damn, I put in the time is crazy. Doubt it. Saul nods.
I was on work crew that built this thing, so maybe you're right.
He winks. Soul puts out a hand.
Stand up and let me see you.
He pulls you to your feet.
I don't believe we ever had a sleeper on Ember's Hearth.
Soul looks you up and down.
You sure do make me wish we had. Could have done with a few workers as good as you.
Thank you. Saul nods.
You're welcome. Seems like I owe you some answers, seeing as you've been working hard on the Pilgrim Seed these past cycles.
He leans against the crate, his suit creaking.
What do you want to know about?
Bro, the flux, dude. Soul sigh.
That's what I imagined.
He scratches at his beard.
I can't say I'm an expert, but I could tell you what we witnessed on the hearth. At first, we ignored it. A few farms had their automation systems blink out. Lifter suits locked up, bots reset their schedules. Nothing we hadn't seen before. But then the news came out of Passaru that they'd been hit harder. The local network had been gone down, and no one could get it back up. It was rough for a while, but out in the farmland we were used to that.
Passaru?
Capital of Hearth. Tens of thousands of souls made it to their home. Anyway, we thought the flux was a freak event until the day they got the network running again. That's when the cascade happened. System after system corrupted, data lost, and then another flux hit, and another. The bots were running circles in the fields. People had to be cut off of lifter suits like mine. And the city, I never saw it, but I heard from the others. It only got worse from there. We couldn't seem to fight it. It cut us right open. That's what I know about the flux. Some folks say it came from the inner system. That it might be connected to some old tech there or something. But I've never heard of anything more than rumors. Soul scratches their beard. Sorry, I don't have better news. Soul shifts on the crate. Anything else you wanted to ask? Yeah, there was something. You. Soul squints at you. You want to know about me? I'm not sure that was part of the deal I was thinking of, Sleeper. Unless you're asking about this. He raps on the metal of his suit. In case you haven't guessed, this is the only thing keeping me vertical. He adjusts the shoulder piece. It's a lifter suit, made for work in the fields. We had to modify it so I could walk around after the accident. And that's all I'm saying, Sleeper. Because to be honest with you, I don't owe you more than that. You want to know more about the flux? About Ember's Hearth? Go ahead. But don't pry into my life, and I won't pry into yours.
Saul lets the silence sit, staring hard at the floor. Suit seems to loom over him, looking more like a burden than a support. With the bars around his head, you suddenly start to think of it as a cage.
Look, I don't mean to be rude. Let's leave it there. There's too many eyes on me on this ship as it is. And I'd rather just slip into the background, thank you very much.
Soul shifts on the crate.
Anything else you'd like to know?
I'm good for now, dude.
You sure?
I'm positive. Soul stands, flexing against the suit. He takes his cane in his hand.
Keep it up, sleeper.
He smiles as he leaves.
You're making me think I need to start making new plans for this place.
That Soul leaves, and you wonder what he means. As he creaks away down the corridor, you can't help but feel there's more to him than it seems. Oh, please, God. Oh, okay, gotcha. We just gotta do the rest. Great. One more. You notice a bug in the wind cycling system and manage to fix it. Aki gives you a knowing look. Seems like you're approving yourself. Should have pulled me right in. I've already forgotten her voice. I know it's grumbly. Grumbly British. Fuck. I already forgot Aki's accent that I gave her. Oh, fuck. I'm like really sitting over here trying to think of what it might have been. Ah, I remember now. I see you've been contributing. Aki stands next to you at the dust house window. I was unsure what to expect when we joined the flotilla on its voyage to the Eye. But after the journey across the system, then the quarantine, and then the flux reaching all the way out here too. Aki stops herself. Thank you. She bows a little. The other ships have only been interested in sending us supplies. But we grow all we need. She gestures at the dust house. What the dust house need, that is the problem that concerns us. She smiles and turns to you. Shall we go inside? I'd love to. Aki smiles. Come. She taps away at the panel by the window. Seems only fair that after your help with the support systems, you get to see what it is you are maintaining. Aki leads you to an opening beside the window. You pass through a dark changing room. You notice Aki is sliding on an oxygen mask and visor. She looks at the swirling dust inside. Inside is just like Ember Step. Thin atmosphere, constant dust storms, nothing that will bother you. She passes you a mask. The dust isn't exactly pleasant to inhale, however, so take this. You hold it to your face. She leads you through a short decontamination tunnel with its fizzing panels of purifying light, and then through into the dust house. Immediately, the wind and the heat hits you. You feel the rough waves of dust scattering across your face, and peer through the amber murk, your feet sliding on shifting piles of sand. Welcome to Step, or an emulation of it at least. Aki's voice sounds distant and echoey. The terraforming process only managed to provide a limited atmosphere on the moon, one which is slowly escaping. It's been like that since I was born, so I got used to the idea. Catch her bright eyes to the amber dust? So did everything else that lives there. You feel something hard beneath your feet, beneath the sand, like a coil of rope. What is under the sand? This is Step Silk. It is one of the plants we established on Step. She kicks away some red sand. Like any bast fiber, it can be retted and woven into clothes. I'm wearing some made from it myself. It's one of many species adapted to Step since the Solheim collapse, which is why it must be preserved. She stares out into the swirling dust. It is as much a refugee as we are, and the dust house holds hundreds of other species. You look at the pale, unassuming root threaded thickly through the sand. Aki watches you closely. Right enough? It'll be easier to speak outside. Aki leads you back out through the decontamination tunnel, which blasts the dust from both of you with a burst of metallic-tasting air and into the changing room. Aki hands up both the masks, patiently awaiting your question. Why bring plants with you? These are more than just plants. This is our way of life. Aki looks exhausted. The steppe silk cannot survive in any other condition. Neither can the others. And the steppe itself... Aki pauses, pulling her shawl around her. She looks small and pale inside its layers. Steppe was already on a doomed world. She sniffs. When Solheim gave their terraforming contract to Sebille, they believed they could build an atmosphere. But the moon's erratic orbit made it impossible to maintain. By the time of the Solheim collapse, the atmosphere was already fading, and Sebille's attention was on Ember's hearth. After the collapse, Sebille fell too, his research scattered across the moons and any central organization lost. Since then, my parents' generation worked tirelessly to survive. To adapt what we had to the failing moon. The steppe silk, the other adapted species, are the life's work of steppe colonies. So when the flux started to collapse our computer systems, corrode and destroy our life support, our water supply, our agriculture, we had to leave. Aki sits heavily on a nearby bench. Soon, the only traces of steppe will be on this ship. Aki begins to cry quietly. You're unsure what to do. I sit beside her. You sit on the bench beside her as she sobs. You understand why this ship, and why the refugees from steppe are so different. The world was already dying when the flux arrived. These are, and I do this in literally every game I play, but these are our Fremen for the game. I'm just saying, listen, they were already on a doomed planet, didn't have anything good. They were trying to keep it up. They have one thing that they're actually good at making. It's fucking steppe silk. And now we've let the Imperium take over. That's about it. Ember Steppe is a terraformed moon, a partial atmosphere, established colonies, agriculture, and yet when the flux events started, its people had to leave. You think of the eye and the delicate web of decaying systems it rests upon. What hope does a ruined station have against a wave that corrupts, erodes, and collapses? Aki interrupts your thoughts, rubbing her eyes. Not everyone left. There wasn't room to take all of the people and fill the dust houses. My parents, their friends, and many others stayed. We carry the steppe for them. Perhaps there is hope. We learned not to talk of hope on the dying world. There is meaning for them, and any future they can build with the time they have. She stands up. I wanted you to understand the importance of these dust houses, of what they contain. She leads you back out into the corridor. If the flux events continue to reach out to the eye, we need to build protections to ensure safety. Aki meets your eye. I can help. Aki smiles weakly. I knew it. You will be welcome to the wind's long shadow whenever you wish. Oh shit. These dust houses are already decaying. I've seen it. She stares into the dust. We had thought that they would last longer, but that last flux event. Help us. Aki looks at you. Please. I will. When you are ready, we will begin preparations for reinforcing the dust houses. We need to be ready for the next flux event. Aki's eyes shine with the last of her tears. She takes a breath. I will see you soon. Aki drifts away down the corridor, leaving you alone once more at the viewing window, watching the ragged, delicate traces of the moon known as Ember Steppe. I'd be sick if we could actually see the moon from here, but I doubt they're going to give us that ability. I'm sure they're probably this is probably like a hyper jump of some sort for them. So they're probably nowhere near close enough. Ships look crazy. Okay, let's see. Sure, we probably got the extra double wide here. Yep. All right, tell you what, let's throw something over here. Oh, nice. Someone comes to help you unload for a while, making the work go quicker. When you ask their name, they ignore you. What's going on? Oh shit, we in trouble with the we already, I guess this is Ember's Reach. Which is funny too. Fun fact, I'm reading the Book of Ember. If you guys have ever read it, leave a comment on your favorite chapter. There's a loose crowd around the supplies you've unloaded. Intense mood brewing among them. You sit nearby on the edge of the shuttle's docking tunnel resting. Further away, crews from Ember's Song continue their lives as usual, coming and going, trading and discussing. There's a quiet efficiency to the hub, set up as a common space for the swarm of small ships from Ember's Song that are part of the flotilla. Unlike Hearth or Steppe, there is no one capital ship for this moon's refugees, just massive individuals traveling in concert. Oh, I see. Got you. So this is literally like a space hub, and all those little small ships are just random people from different locations. We told Hearth we didn't. I got you. We told Hearth we didn't want their scraps. The jeering voice comes out of the small crowd nearby. Peter, Steely Ember Song's refugee. He looks crazy. He almost looks like a sleeper too. It's like an electrician or something. You see a gaunt, pale man wearing the industrial work gear you have seen many of the Song refugees wearing. You hear me? These supplies are to help. He smirks. How noble of you, coming out here to help us singers. There is a rumble of anger around the crowd. We agreed to join the flotilla for joint protection. We did not agree to Emberheart's using the flotilla to secure the control of the moons. You realize, oh, it's Peter with... Bruh, this is Piter. This is Piter DeVry University. Dune, this is still Dune. We have not left Arrakis. We never actually left Dune. Sorry. Alright, you realize Peter is addressing the crowd as much as he is addressing you. With the cordon down, our crews are more than able to acquire what is needed from the Eye, what is owed as restitution for keeping us restrained. He pats one of the crates you unloaded. What we need, we will take. Saul wants to cooperate, dude. Saul is a farmer. Even the people of Song know that he was simply the sole survivor of Hearth's leadership. His authority means nothing. Peter looks around the crowd. Hearth think they can buy us, but we remember the past. A rumble of agreement runs through the crowd. He smiles at them. Take the supplies if you wish, of course. We are not wasteful. He approaches you directly. The crowd tentatively moves forward, and by the time he reaches you, they are already dragging away crates and distributing the contents. I'm not one for shooting the messenger, Sleeper, says Peter as he approaches. But we cannot concede to Hearth here, not for a moment. Leave me out of it then, fucker. You already put yourself in the middle of it, Sleeper. Don't you see that? Peter sits beside you on the docking tunnel's lip. What was your plan, Sleeper? Unload the supplies and wait for someone to start throwing them back at you? He nods at the crowd riffling through the crates, because that's what was about to happen. So I should thank you, dumbass? Peter bows a little. My pleasure. What do you think happened to the crew of this shuttle? He shakes his head. They were chased out of this place. Why you hate the Hearth? We, Peter says with emphasis, do not hate Hearth. We simply do not trust them. Do you know anything about Ember's Moon, Sleeper? Or were you planning to wander into this flotilla totally blind? An objective outsider offering help. He rolls his eyes. Educate me then. He smiles. It would be my pleasure. I'm going to assume you know the basics. The gas giant Ember has 7 moons. The 3 biggest are Ember's Steppe, Ember's Song, and Ember's Heart. He winks. We can cover the 3 sisters next session. Steppe was the first to be settled, a contract old Solheim gave to the terraformers' civil systems when they first claimed the Helion system. That's way back when. Steppe was a testing ground, and like most testing grounds, it didn't turn out too well. A partial atmosphere slowly sloughing off each orbit.
My controller died. Wait, no, please.
A dysfunctional ecosystem and a whole load of dust-clogged settlers. This place is a miserable desert long past its best before date. So Sabille moved to Hearth, where they redoubled their efforts. The subsurface ocean and some balmy tidal heating helped, allowing them to build a real atmosphere, a real habitable world. A fact that the typical Hearth colonist won't ever let you forget. How did Sabille achieve such a thing, you might wonder? Well, that's where we come in. It's the same old rule of surrogacy, the one humanity built our universe around. Peter claps his hands to his chest in mock pride. My moon, Ember Song, is a sulfur-soaked rock covered in volcanoes, highly heated by its inner orbit to sweltering temperatures. Exactly the kind of crucible you need to fuel a terraformed project. Energy, industry, fuel. Song provided the raw materials for Hearth. Peter grimaces, willingly or not. And a crucible requires people to run it. Us singers, born into a flaming pit and asked to stroke it so others might live in a paradise in the making. That's what we had to endure until Solheim brought everything down. Peter rattles off this speech from memory. And you wonder how many times he has delivered it. No Solheim, no contract. No contract, no Sabille. And no Sabille meant 3 moons suddenly independent. Peter shakes his head. It was a war, Sleeper. Sometimes hot, sometimes cold. And unsurprisingly, Hearth and Step came out of it better than us. Yet, Peter holds up a hand. They need us, Sleeper. Always have. And so we are the linchpin. We are the center around which the moons orbit, not swirling ember. We've resisted takeovers, sieges, and expansions. And now we'll resist this. Half the people on this ship think the flux was caused by Hearth, intentionally or otherwise. I have to say, some cycles I agree. So before you come here to hand supplies like a good soldier, maybe educate yourself. But you abandoned Song, Peter bristles. I want you to imagine what it is like trying to live on an airless volcanic rock when every system that sustains you starts shutting down. He spits and wipes his sleeve across his mouth. We abandoned nothing. Some stayed, others left. But we will reclaim Ember as soon as the flux fades or ends. We've weathered worse. The flotilla should be united, bro. Have you been listening? Peter raises his voice immediately. We don't want to be united, Sleeper. Being united by Hearth means living under them. I won't keep you from the docking axis, Sleeper. No one here has the authority for that. But watch yourself here. Trying to remember that the Eye is just another in the long list of people who have tried to control us. You're too stubborn, sir. Stubbornness, I have found, is a quality in these times. Peter sighs. Look, we are many, and we have many needs. Ships come to this docking access for repairs, for requisition, for friendship. You can provide these as well as any singer. If you want to help in your own name, Sleeper, not in that of Hearth. Peter shakes his head. Carry that name here, and you will lose all trust. Be as we are, acting your own name alone. Peter puts a hand on your shoulder and stands. I hope I didn't waste my time here, Sleeper. And with that, he walks away, back to the shrinking crowd that is distributing the last of the supplies amongst the crew's presence. You watch them pass the food and water between them. No signs of conflict between the crews, just a careful distribution of resources. Peter chats with a few crews, each of them casting looks in your direction, ones that reveal little about the Stinger's intentions. You stand. It seems the tensions on the flotilla run much deeper than you expected. This won't be easy. I feel like this one's going to be, like, extra long. Oh, what? Peter said the Stingers will only trust you if you act independently of the Hearth. Fulfilling supply requests is a good start. Ship mine core. Oh, God. Damn it. All right, fine. I got some stuff to do, man. Fuck me. Of course, the Hearth. And that's funny, too, because the Hearth is the one I got done first. So, like, oh, can you help us? And it's like, yeah, sure. And they're just immediately done. I should be able to, Ooh, there we go. And, let's go ahead and do this real quick. Yes. 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 Okay, so I have enough of those. Matsutakes, I won't need any more of those for right now. Gotta figure out how to make a ship mine core. I know we can find them and we can buy them. Ship mine is 240. Okay, how many? Oh, she's ready. All right, hold on. Let me go grab some food real quick. go. Might just have to go and, you know, get a little job for a minute. Even before you enter the office, you can hear the sound of Arabia working the heavy bag. She's hammering it, chain creaking as it shakes with each hit. She's been like this since. Sabine doesn't finish the sentence. They are sitting on a stool looking at the terminal in the corner, searching through the SNARP data you pulled all those cycles ago. Is she okay? Just angry. We all are. But you have to remember, she knew Yannick for a long time. Sabine glances nervously at Arabia. But SNARP did. Arabia stops punching, and in the silence you can hear her breathing hard. Sabine looks over at her, and you sense something between them. You realize you haven't seen them together since they tried to kill each other in the same unit. A lot has changed since then. They hooked him up like a puppet. Arabia hits the bag. Rigged that thing in his head so they could control him. Push the old Yannick out. Don't know why he let them in. Maybe it throws a few more punches, but it's a lesson. Don't let them in. Another flurry. Yadigan shouldn't deal with corporations, and we never will again, she spits. She comes away from the bag. At least Yannick's death has been treated as natural. There's a chance we can come back from this. That Yadigan can hold on. But there are opportunists trying to take control. Sabine turns to you. Yes, but now the connection has been broken. I've been looking at removing the trackers from the implants in Yadigan's enforcers. It's a significant job, but I think in time, I can do the surgeries. Arabia walks away from the bag towards the far side of the unit. Those surgeries will never happen if Yadigan collapses. She shouts back at Sabine. Clearly, this is a well-worn argument in this unit. Will Yadigan really collapse? I don't think so, no. Arabia doesn't either. They look over at her. At least not when she's calm. What I understand now is that Yadigan can be something if we want it to be. Coming here from SNOP, from the core worlds, all I saw was a gang. With Yannick keeping me on a tight leash. Shudder. Arabia believes, and I want that belief. They look unsure. I also want to be done with SNOP, but I doubt they are done with me. Glance away, rubbing their shoulders. Are you and Arabia? Sabine fixes you with a look. Yes, Sleeper. Isn't that obvious? They smile. Oh, that's cute. I didn't expect that. So, they are together? I've been wanting to say, Sabine begins nervously. I'm sorry that I didn't tell you where I came from. I know I've apologized before, but I want to again. They pause. Properly. When I leaked the data on the Sleeper program, it was to try to help people, like you. They grit their teeth. But after all the cycles here, being pushed down, pushed around, trying to survive, all that got away from me. So when you turned up, they sigh. It shook me up. They run a hand through their hair. But I ended up here, so... They look at Arabia. Oh, of course. They reach into a pocket and take out a handful of vials. Whoa! These are the last of the case. You can have them. They drop them into your hands. After these last few, don't know what we can do. The SNOP connection broken. They look down. But I know there are other ways. Repairs, other pharmaceuticals. I even heard there are some labs out in the Greenway. Perhaps they can help? They meet your eye. Sorry I can't do more. Thank you for everything. They look away. Their eyes bright with tears. Arabia crosses back to you, both, and sits beside Sabine. They look at each other, and you can't help but smile at the idea of them together. What are you two plotting? Arabia grins. Sabine laughs, and the sound is a welcome one. You watch the two of them teasing each other and smile. Later when you leave, you take that handful of vials out of your pocket and look at them. You still feel that core of anger, deep down inside. You don't know if it'll ever leave. But SNARP doesn't own you anymore. They can't. Because this place, these people, own you. They are what makes you get up every cycle. They are what keeps you breathing. Put the vials away and you walk through the low end. Your senses tuned to every sight, every smell, and every sound. Soaking it all in and living. Hey! Upgrade point. I can't do nothing with it. Oh, I can. I didn't... Oh, okay. So, wait, I can... maybe I'm missing something here. I feel like I'm... But wait, those are... Oh, because I got the +2 on those. I'm dumb. Don't mind me. I'm a goofy goober, yeah.
Yeah, Goofy Goober, yeah. Where are Goofy Goober, yeah? Goofy Goober, yeah. I'm sorry. That just came out. I don't know. I don't know what happened there. We're probably not gonna go too crazy on this one. Let's do this. I'm not gonna go too crazy. I think once we get these last two ships ready, I think once we get all the support from both sides, basically done. Let's start at the dust house here. Actually, no, because they just need like supplies or something. Let me do that. They just need some shits, man. Those spores have been seeded, and while some may be suspicious of your efforts, crew by crew, you'll convince them. One of the Singer crews is looking for a ship mine to replace their flux damage core. Maybe you can help them acquire one. Okay. Let's take a look over here. This one gives us the most. Sir, oh, just a regular. Boo. -2 energy. I could stave off 2 energy. Tell you what. There we go. That's a better number. Now let's go do some work somewhere else and go from there. All right, let's go back over this way, and I know that I can do some shit for Bliss, and Bliss will actually pay me pretty good. Bliss pay like 20 bukus. 20 buku bucks. Oh, nice. I believe it's about 224, 240, something like that. It's 240, yeah. So, okay, let's go get some food real quick. It's the cheapest way I can get some food. It's okay. I should be all right for today. All right, new day. We'll probably use one of those medicines here in a moment. Come on, baby! Come on, baby! Yes! All right, now. All right. Do I need to worry about food? Yes, I do. Okay, let me go back up here, and we are gonna do a couple more for him, just so I have something under my belt. Nah, fuck. That's okay. Still got paid. Won't believe what I got here for you, sir. State of the art, fresh, newest edition. This is the NSYNC of ship mines right here. I tell you what. Because Backstreet's back. And we ain't that. You supply the ship mine, but in a way it's seen to only make the crew more suspicious of you. Because they're like, "Why? How'd you get this? Where'd you get the ship mine from?" Like, brother, I bought it for you. As you cross the Axis, looking for a shuttle to take you back to the ruined cordon, you spot Peter standing at the edge of the central hub. Hey. Something about the way he's leaning against the rail, looking down across the Axis and towards the blinking lights of the flotilla beyond make you pause. He's completely still. His head drooping low and his shoulders hunched high. Approach him. You lean on the railing a little way from Peter, leaving a gap between you. As close, you can see the blank stare in his eyes. The way his hands hang limply in front of him. Takes a minute to notice you. Sleeper. He inhales sharply. Still hanging around. Trying to be useful. Peter smiles a tight smile, but doesn't turn to face you. That a sleeper thing? Ain't to be useful? It's a me thing, my boy. Oh, you fucker.
it makes sense. Peter closes his eyes. Tools need to be used. Shut up, bro. Peter stands back from the railing. Who invited you, Sleeper? Who said you could come here? You think just because the Harthers decided to name you their errand boy, we have to put up with you? We don't want you here. We don't need you. His eyes burn with a rage. Go home, you stupid machine. A second later, just that final line, collapses in on himself, staying upright, but all the energy going out of his body. Slumps back against the railing, his eyes close once more. You wait. After a while, he speaks. Tired, Sleeper. Tired of everything. I'm tired of the empty paternalism of Hearth. I'm tired of the paranoid whining of the crews. I'm tired of endless cycles that look the same, smell the same, feel the same. I'm tired of running, of hiding, of fixing every shitty thing that breaks out here. He shouts echoes, his shout echoes a little in the hub, but few stop to look. He looks down at his feet. Well, don't take it out on me, you fucker. Peter doesn't react. He stands. I'm gonna go. He looks at you and sniffs. Get some sleep. Sleep well, dog. Peter nods slowly and turns away. He raises a hand and drifts away towards the center of the hub. You turn back to the railing, not wanting to watch him go. Seeing him like this, you prefer not to stare. Traffic of the Axis rumbles on as you watch, under an endlessly shining sun. The same air recycled through all these lungs, same dust gathering speck by speck on the windows. Take a sharp breath, stand straight, and get moving, before the inertia of it all gets to you too. Did I do it? Fuck! Crew socializing, keeping good relations, okay, energies. Alright, that's not horrible. Let's go back to, I can go to the Banta Yen and I can make some food. I think I could work off of 4 for right now. I think I can make that manage. Just long enough though. I'm not gonna do it too long. Alright, don't worry about the stabilizer. I'm not worried about it. Alright. Oh, that's a shitty roll. Okay. Go back over to the dust house. Nice! Well, shit, let me go over here and see what I can do for them, I guess. Light work. Hockey! Every time I come back to Aki, I completely forget what the voiceover is supposed to be. It sounds like a man. I'm thinking, because I know she sounds like someone else, but I can't remember who she sounds like. In my head. You and Aki stand side by side at the viewing window in silence. The dust swirls and you glimpse the twisted root systems of the steppe silk through the ochre haze. All of these cycles, you feel a strange connection to a world on which you have never set foot. Aki shifts from foot to foot. She seems restless, eager to speak but unsure of what to say. We did it. Aki smiles at you warmly. Yeah, it's grovelly. It's somewhere in here, but it's not this. I got it. Okay. We did. She pauses and turns back to the window. What is the value on all of this? She asks suddenly, of preserving a world we have left behind. What is the value? Heritage. Aki is silent for a moment. Our practices, Our lives require the materials, the patterns that STEP provides. But if those practices remain unchanged while the universe around them shifts, aren't they already dead? She pauses. What is better? To preserve at all costs, or to allow things to be destroyed by change? Aki paces away, lost in thought. I'm grateful to you. We're protecting the dust houses. We're ensuring their slide into decay is delayed, even averted. But now I find myself at an impasse. The stability of the dust houses changes things. It makes me aware of how blinkered we have been. Aki stops to look at you, her posture somehow different. The ecosystems of STEP, if its people cannot grow to meet the future, why preserve it? She frowns. Are we just slaves to the preservation of what we came before? Not slaves, inheritors. Aki nods. But the weight of inheritance is heavy. Aki comes close. Hold your hands in hers. We must change. We must change to live, she smiles. I've seen that in you. The STEP, these people, this ship, should serve more than heritage, than history. They should serve the future. She takes a breath. There are those in the flotilla that need clothes, that need food, that can benefit from the gifts of the STEP's ecosystem. I want you to invite them. Can you do that for me? Of course. I know that Saul sent you, she smiles. You can tell him Aki, captain of the Wings Long Shadow, invites all of the people of the flotilla to come. Captain? She smiles. You never asked. Aki steps away. You want to know about the flux, no? About its purpose, its origins. She smiles. You wish to protect your home, as we could not. I'm afraid I don't have much to tell you. There's an exotic wave of sorts, an energy that passes through matter. It shifts the very charged particles which run through our electrical systems. It is possible to shield against it, as you would radiation, as we have done with dust houses, but only while it is weak. The flux event here was much like the first ones we felt on Ember Step, localized, destructive but bearable. But in time, its strength grew. I don't know if it'll be the same here, but... She pauses. It is coming from the center of the system, from the close orbit of Helion's star, H1. That is all we could uncover. She is silent for a moment, unsure of what to add. I'm sorry I cannot offer more, but you are always welcome on this ship, she smiles. I hope I will see you when the others come. She squeezes both your hands. I hope this ship, these dust houses, can be more than a museum. I hope they can be a home. With this, she turns and leaves, and you feel that word home resonating within you like a struck bell. Oh! Someone tell that nigga. Does it change? No, okay, they still want the same one. Tell you what, let's go over here, and I want to... Come on. Hey, I did get a real cap, so that works. You know what? Just because I know they need a lot of help over there on singer. The singers need a lot of help, so I'm gonna do this for them. For me, I guess. All right, this is it. Check me out, son. Oh, sweet. I didn't know it gives me energy if I do good. That's nice. Oh. Hey, yo, what? I thought I got a +2 to that one. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, nah, bruh. Oh, nah, bruh. Let's go. Tell you what, I'm just gonna work a shift with Moritz. Moritz, I am here to get that bag. That's okay, we're making money. All right. I think this is going to be the one, guys. Come on now. Good roll. Good roll. Give me a good roll. Yes. Okay, that's really good. That's a really good set. Check me out. Check me out. Okay. We're going to do a 6. How much energy do I lose if I... Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, still positive neutral. Oh, come on, baby. Ooh! Goated! Let's go! Bam. The more work you do for singers, the more you get to know the crews. The more they will trust you. Sleeper! Peter calls to you as you cross the access. He's standing by the same railing as you saw him last time, and he beckons you over. I've been hearing things. He gives you a sidelong look. I stay silent. Peter smiles. Don't be so nervous. He rubs his hands together nervously. Oh, so he rubs his hands together nervous, but I can't be nervous. Okay, fuck you, bro. You wait for him to speak. I do not like Peter. Peter is an asshole. You know, on song, I was a teacher. He glances at you, anticipating a response. Really? Peter sighs. Don't sound so surprised. Mechanical engineering. It's an essential subject on a moon where a single mechanical failure can mean the deaths of hundreds. He looks on the ground. The heat, the atmosphere, the radiation, all of it hostile to us. My students knew this. Their work, their training was respected. As long as they were careful and respected song themselves, they could have their choice of colony placements. They were always in demand. That meant I was respected, surrounded by friends and colleagues. Always able to call in favors and repay them like for like. He frowns. Song colonies are small, close-knit. We look after our own. When the flux events started hitting, colonies went dark overnight. We all knew what those kinds of failures meant. Like always, we lost more people than any other of the other moons. He balls his hands into tight fists. Not a single one of my students left Song. Our future was cut off just like that. My future. He flexes his hands. What am I out here? What use am I? Song is a faded memory, and the system we built there are useless outside its orbit. How am I supposed to move on from here? He looks at you, eyes steely gray and glinting. Find someone to teach. Peter pauses, thinking. You don't give up, do you, Sleeper? You just keep going. Peter shakes his head. You remind me of a student of mine. One who entered the program from one of the smaller colonies. They didn't have the advantages of some of the others, but they were stubborn. Stubborn as hell. By the end of the program, they were the most skilled of their peers. They didn't get the best assignment, maybe because they didn't spend much time making the kind of connections that would help you get there. But that didn't matter, because I knew they would make the best of anything they set themselves to. Peter's smiling now, buoyed up a little by memory. Singers are stubborn, Sleeper. We aren't going to change easily. We won't forgive easily or take help easily. But we'll hold strong. You can count on us for that. Peter stands on the railing. When you see Saul again, you can tell him that. You can tell him how the crews of Ember's Song operate. Tell him we will resist. If that means resisting Heart's imperialist ambitions, so be it. If it means resisting the flux, so be it. And if it means to, as you have, help others resist those same pressures, so be it. Peter smiles. And then tell him to leave us alone. He turns, his step lighter, and heads off towards the center of the Axis hub. Are we good? I didn't take that as an okay, awesome. We're all set. It sounded somewhere between like he's cool with it, but he's also like he's just like, I don't know. I think what he was saying is like, we're not going to necessarily cooperate, but if it comes down to like us versus them, I'm standing with us, as in like he's going to stand with Saul if something happens. We'll see. When you arrive at the bridge of the Pilgrim's Seed, Saul is waiting for you.
You wouldn't believe the messages that have come through in the past few cycles, Sleeper. The ship from
Steppe has sent a... fuck it, he's a New Zealander now. The ship from Steppe has sent a goodwill gesture. A whole cache of supplies from their own farms. Okay, fuck it, he's Australian. He smiles. I'm not sure how we'll use them, but the gesture is a welcome one. Song, meanwhile, are apparently accepting supplies again, although a little reticently, if I may say so. Sol smiles. I don't expect them to change anytime soon, it should be said. And what I'm wondering, Sleeper, is what part you had in all this? Sol eyes you, waiting for an answer. I helped where I could. I've come to expect that of you, Sleeper. He smiles. You look at Sol, his eyes bright and eager, and wonder what he sees in you. Are you a tool to be used, or an ally? It can be hard to tell. I want to show you something. Sol squeezes your shoulder, turning you to face the lift. He pulls out the head. The head of the crocodile hunter. Of Steve Irwin. He's like, we've kept him. Forever. He leads you along the axis of the ship towards the engines. The clanking of his suit accompanied by the constant hammering and welding that fills the echoey bulkheads of the Pilgrim Seed at all hours. With the cordon lifted and shuttles able to go out to salvage scrap and barter for supplies, the ship has become a place of transformation, moving towards some estate yet to be revealed to you. You look at Sol. What is his plan here? And what is he preparing the Pilgrim Seed for? Or are his sharp eyes simply focused on making it through the next cycle? Suddenly, Sol stops in front of a huge bulkhead door, like the seal on the front of a dry dock hangar. He signals to someone in a cabin high up, attached to the wall, and they begin the process of opening it up. The Pilgrim Seed was built as a short-range freight carrier, you know. The amber warning lights on the bulkhead door send spinning shadows across Sol's face. Oh, fuck. We built it to ship the entire harvest from thousands of farms to the silos at Passeru. When we realized we would need to leave it, it was the biggest ship we could muster. Sol raps on the metal plate, and somehow she carried us all the way out here. You led the evacuation? We? Farmers mostly, from outside the city. And the edges. He flexes his shoulder beneath the suit. We saw it come first, I guess. I knew it was time. Others didn't want to believe. I was a farmer, and a whole load of land and people to run it. And my people helped convert this place for the long trip. He looks at his feet. Others led, organized the evacuation, and debated the plan. What happened? Not one of those folks made it. Not one of those folks made it. Sol rubs his forehead. We were out in the black a long time before we got here, Sleeper. Things happen. The upshot is I was chosen to take over. I guess my crew trusted me, and I knew the ship. I argued, reminded them I'm no leader, and that I'm sick, but well, the service chooses you. A loud klaxon sounds, indicating the bulkhead doors are ready to open. They groan as they slide back, the metal squeals echoing through the vast ship, bouncing off its hard-plated walls. At first, all you see is darkness, then the lights go on in huge strips that stretch back and back as far as you can see. Space in front of you, a vast bay, bigger than any you've ever seen, is empty. When we left the hearth, we didn't have time or resources to convert the entire ship, so he begins leading you into the massive space. So much of the freight space was sealed away, shut down. But now we have time, we have resources, we've stabilized here, at least for the moment. Sol turns to you. Now is the time we make use of all this. How can you use this? What do you think happens next for the eye, Sleeper? The flux has already hit one part of the station. From what I know, it'll hit again. On Hearth, we lost everything. There isn't much time, Sleeper, but there is enough time to do something. Think of the number of people we can fit on here. The farming stacks, the housing. Hell, we can plant some of the mushrooms you love so much. This is the way forward, the only way. We need to fill this ship with able bodies and head for the Starwood Belt. I thought the Eye was your destination. It was, until the flux hit here. Now it's just another stop. I'm glad of the chance to resupply and salvage, but we need to go further out. It's slowly turning like, what do you call that? Like tri-state, like New Hampshire. Well, I don't remember what they call that, like Colony's accent. I want to help. I want you to help me. You know the Eye. You have connections, and you can work hard. I've seen it. So me try. I know you're like me, Sleeper. You didn't choose service, it chose you. There are other ways, dog. If you know them, go ahead. I'm telling you, this is the opportunity we have now. I know it's a lot to think about, Sleeper, trust me. Soul begins to lead you back out the bay. But think of what we can do here. The flotilla can't last forever. We need more than just farmers to make this work. We need to build a new world for ourselves. I've heard that out there in the belt, there are people who have been setting up since the collapse, making something of their own. That's our future, tucked away in those rocks, far from all of this. Soul sighs. I didn't bring my people here just to let them die somewhere new. Soul crosses back over the threshold of the bay and signals for the operator to close it up. The door groans, and Saul waits for it to stop. I didn't bring my people here just to let them die somewhere new. That's the whole idea. They would either die here or they're going to die in the belt. Either way, they're dying in a new spot. So, like, that just seems dumb. Anyway. Think about it, Sleeper. Saul claps an arm on your back. But don't wait too long. This is happening soon. As he leaves you there in the silence of the vast bay, your head spinning with the thought of leaving the Eye. Holy shit. But we did it, yo. Let me see if, tell you what. I'm not going to use it just yet. But we got them all connected. And now I'm going to check real quick. I just want to see if we can maybe... Nope, needs a 4. Okay, let me use this to go make some monies. Or to go pick some... let's just go pick some shit. Let's go eat some food. Go prep myself up real good. There we go. I'm not even gonna worry about it. Fuck it. I'm just gonna do the damn thing. There we go. Sure. Yeah, that'll do it. All right, guys. I think that is it. Now I'm literally just gonna grab this this node, so that for next mission we'll be able to, or I guess next part we'll be able to just get straight into it. Let's see here. What's the smallest I can use? Okay, so it has to be a 4. Boo. Alright, a little bit of flux data. Flickering shifting fragment needs to be carefully decoded. Alright, and then I'm going to leave myself right here when we come back. Alright, guys. That is it for this one. I've already got a couple ideas of what game I'm wanting to play next. There was this new one. I can't remember the name of it. But it's one about like being a nun or something. It's like Danica or Danica or something like that. But after we finish this out, man, I don't even know. Listen, I like this game. I do. But I don't know if we're actually going to finish it, man, because I'm really excited about getting into these new games. And I might just come back and finish that third part of this story later. But again, we'll see. We'll see. We got plenty of time. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. And I will see you in the next one.